Self-publishing is something that is very doable, and you should really look seriously at the possibility of it. The difficulty of getting your writing published through a large commercial publisher, the odds are against your being published that way. And self-publishing can be done in a couple of different ways. The most inexpensive way is to contract with one of the web-based POD, print-on-demand publishers. There are several, and it's worth looking into that. However, that way of publishing limits your potential profit making, because the publishers, the printers of these POD books do not offer adequate discounts to the bookstores, so that you're limited in your distribution. They usually contract with Amazon.com and maybe some other online bookstores, though. However, if you really want to consider the possibility of making profit, it's wise just to become a publishing company, which is relatively easy to do. You have to look into your own locale as to whether there's some sales tax or some sort of licensing needed if you start a company. But outside of that, which is usually pretty limited, it's a matter of forming your own company, which just means saying you're in company. And you may have to register with the state or the city as a business. And then you are wise to look into probably the best book on self-publishing. There are several. Probably the best book is still the first book on self-publishing, which is Dan Poynter's The Self-Publishing Manual. And that gives you the detailed information about the steps you have to go through. It's really not difficult. It does take a little money to publish your own books that way. And also it takes a little, how should I say, you have to be careful to do things in the right order and to do things carefully, because you can't be sloppy about it. But if you take the time to learn a good page layout program for your computer, you can lay out the books yourself and limit the expense primarily to the printing cost. And this leaves you in a good position for doing making some profit at your books, with your books. But you have to be determined to do the marketing yourself. There's no one else who can do it for you. And if you have a little bit of drive and a little bit of know-how, you can get into the marketing fairly easily and fairly inexpensively, and you just may do a good job. I would recommend that that's primarily for nonfiction books. With fiction books, it's more difficult, although it can and has been done. But I think I would urge all writers of book manuscripts, to look into the possibility of self-publishing in one way or another. Thank you.